Yeah, I mean, they were amped up, ready to go, right? I mean, I think when you're sitting in first place, and obviously have had the season we have, teams are starting to circle you a little bit on the schedule. Boise needed this game. Obviously, San Diego State needed the game. We just did not. We cut it to 4 twice. True missed a layup. Nelly missed a layup. Their physicality around the rim absolutely bothered us. I think the last 2 games we've taken a step back defensively. We rebounded the ball well. I mean, obviously Nelly had 16, but you can't give them 9 threes. So we got to be better there. You know, we've got to, coaching-wise, we got to coach them better, scout better, get everybody clear, because we've been playing terrific defense most of the year.
I know Donovan ends up with 26, 7 assists, shot 9 of 20. The rest of the starters shot 20%. And
yeah.
I guess, why were you guys able to shoot better a month ago, and what were they doing to kind of keep you guys off the...
I mean, you got to look at tail of both games, right? I mean, we obviously played better in our building. They played better in their building. That's normal. But, yeah, it's hard when Donnie and Jovan were the only 2 that really played well offensively. True obviously didn't make shots. Nelly was missing shots around the rim. Phillip and CJ missed some threes. You have to make threes versus this team because they really, really collapse, converge on the ball. We made 9. I think if we obviously would have made 12 or 13, it would have been a little bit different game.
Stoff is back in the lineup for the first time in a while. Hit a 3 to start the game. You guys had 3 offensive rebounds on that possession. Looked like a pretty good little start, but then he struggled, I think, after that. Is that just rust?
Sure, I would assume it's rust. You know, I mean, when you don't play for 2 weeks, fortunately, Jovan really stepped up in a big way. I didn't think, you know, Mustafa would. He hasn't really practiced, you know, because rest is what really, really helps. You know, so it's going to take some time to get back into it a little bit.
And then obviously their defense too. Now, it wasn't just the shooting that they kept you guys from shooting a high percentage, but they had 10 steals, 8 blocks.
Yeah.
They were able to just kind of have their way.
Really disruptive. Credit to them. Terrific defensive team in this building when they're getting going like that. I mean, they created some turnovers that led to dunks. And then, like you said, I mean, they had, 8 block shots, which even with Kid out, who blocks a lot of shots. So that bothered us for sure at the rim.
And then Nick Boyd had a really good game. I thought you kind of controlled what they were doing.
He's playing better. You know, he wasn't playing well in our first game, but he's gotten in a rhythm. And, you know, I mean, transfers, it takes some time, but I really like his game a lot. I mean, I think San Diego State, I think it's similar to last year. Like, I know maybe it doesn't look resume-wise, but I tell you what, Boise can creep in there, Colorado State can creep in there. So those, 6 teams are all pretty darn good and can beat anybody.
It seemed like without them having Magoon, it was going to be a big loss for them. But did they bring other challenges with him out for you guys?
Hey, listen, they're ready to go in an amazing environment. You know, they're trying to go get a quad 2 win. You know, we're trying to get a quad 1 win. This is late February where all these games really, really matter. They've got a lot of talent. Obviously, the coaching staff, Dutch, does a great job of recruiting. So it's next man up mentality this time of year.
And then the standings are the standings. You guys are still in first place for the night.
Yeah.
Utah State plays tomorrow night. You talk to them at all about kind of what they need to finish with?
Yeah, I mean, it's listen, we've got three to go, 2 at home. Obviously, 1 on the road with Nevada. And if you take a deep breath, we're 22-6. We're 14-3 in the league. Pretty darn good in a terrific league. But learn from all the mistakes that were made today. Humbly watch the film. Get back to work.
What does all this say about what the tournament could be?
The conference tournament or NCAA?
The conference tournament.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like I said before, you got maybe UNLV. It's not having as good of a year as maybe last year, but they can beat anybody. I mean, they've got a terrific player. But you look at us, Utah State, Boise State, San Diego State, Colorado State. Am I missing one? That's 5.
That's right. Nevada's having an off year.
Yeah, and Nevada can beat anybody as well. You may say Nevada and UNLV. But, I mean, those 5 could legitimately all sneak in the NCAA tournament. You know, it's so crucial with our league to have great non-conference wins. We've obviously had some. San Diego State had Houston and Creighton, I believe. So, but those other teams are starting to catch up. They're really good programs and well-coached teams.
Just more physicality that they had this time. Finishing on the rim, we had a little trouble finishing on the rim, and that's pretty much it.
You guys obviously have had, when you've had success, it's been you guys kind of being the physical team. You guys were able to do that in the pit. Was there something that you guys weren't able to do today, or is it really just about them kind of enforcing what they wanted to do?
I'll just say for us, it's defense. That was our biggest thing. We weren't playing physical, and we weren't playing defense how we usually do to get the guys running. Not a lot of fast break points for us. Usually we're a fast-paced team, so that was a big impact for us.
Mustafa being back obviously puts you back in your natural, or I guess more familiar role rather, coming off the bench. Did that kind of help you out getting back to your role?
Not necessarily. We love that stops back, but I'm always ready to go. Coming off the bench, obviously that's my role as from the start of the year to now. So obviously I feel a little bit more comfortable coming off the bench. But hopefully Stop can get better and we can have a full roster for
First time all year, you guys have lost 2 in a row. What do you guys got to do to kind of shake what's going right now?
Just regroup. That's going to be a big thing. Just going back home, regrouping. We got Air Force coming up, so hopefully we get that one and just playing together.
And then obviously they were a team that, when you got them the first go around, they didn't actually hit the boards as much as they did tonight. You guys still out rebounded them, but did they do anything kind of, I guess, schematically different to kind of attack the glass like they did tonight?
Not necessarily. I think the biggest thing was just our defensive side. I feel like rebounding, we took care of it. I think Nelly had like 16 rebounds or 17 rebounds, so we did a good job on the glass. So just defensively, ball pressure, being in the gaps.
Appreciate it, man.